Do you remember a time when you were a little kid when everything was wonderful and you were happier than you've ever been? Like that golden time in childhood where you just have great memories of the sunshine and running through the fields, or maybe you grew up in a city and you have different happy memories than mine. But I think most of us can remember a time in our childhood that was just almost perfect. And then what happened? A lot of us have things we can point to, like maybe a childhood friend moved away, maybe our parents got divorced, maybe a grandparent died, or maybe we got a classroom teacher we really didn't like. But I would say that that is probably not the reason we became unhappy as we became older kids. What happened is we started wanting things. Now, I came from the generation where we collected Beanie Babies, and it was all about the chase and getting the next Beanie Baby and the next Beanie Baby. And somehow I always thought happiness lied in the next Beanie Baby, but of course it never did. And I have a lot of memories as a child of just wishing that things were different, wishing that my friends were different, or wishing that I had something I didn't have. And so of course those patterns continue on into adulthood for most of us. I know it did for me, especially young adulthood. It only got stronger, the things that I wanted. I wanted a nice house, a nice wedding, all of those things that we want as adults. So one sort of happiness hack I've found lately is whenever I find myself feeling any sort of emotional pain, annoyance or just dissatisfaction, or anything that's high enough on the level of emotional pain to make me realize that it's pain and feel uncomfortable, I ask myself, how am I being greedy in this situation? And what I found is there's always an answer that I can come up with. And so I work at home part of the time. I work with childcare part of the time, and I am just a stay-at-home mom part of the time. So a lot of my life is being annoyed with my two kids and annoyed at my messy house and the things that I don't have time to get done or can't do. And so the easy thing to do is say, oh, when the kids grow up, this will be better. But that's not the case. The case is I'm being greedy. I have these two beautiful little kids, and I want my own thing. I want more. I want to have those beautiful little kids, and I want to have all the time in the day to do what I want. How greedy is that? It's really bad. But that's probably a mild, I have those feelings every day, right? I think most stay-at-home moms do. But this also works on bigger things too. Like within the past a little over a week, our dog started getting sick, and I took him to the vet, and they diagnosed him with I'm gonna mess this up, a hemangiosarcoma, a cancer of the spleen. He has a massive tumor, and we were able to give him medication to stop the bleeding. So we decided against emergency surgery, which turned out to be a good decision because he's still here with us, and the medication seemed to have worked. But he is very, very sick. He's getting sick in our newly renovated house several times a day, and it's really difficult to find the time with the two kids to clean it up. And it's also really, really difficult to say goodbye to him and not know how long he has left. So in this situation, I apply the same technique, and I ask myself, how am I being greedy? And usually when you're facing the loss of a pet, you wouldn't ask that question. But again, there's a clear answer for me, and that is, I want more time with him. He's too young to die. I'm not okay with the fact that this is his life, and I had a wonderful time with him. He was a wonderful dog, and he's still here in my house, and I can still love him and pet him while his spirit is still here in this realm. And I want more. I want more years. I want more years of being able to ignore him while I focus on other things and swear when he grabs something off the counter and devours it. I want more. And that's where the pain comes from in my life. So that's a good life hack, if you will. I know life hack is so overused. But whenever you feel depressed or unhappy or annoyed or bored, ask yourself, how am I wanting more? And boredom's an easy one, because boredom is that you're just not stimulated by what's happening enough. You want more happening, you want more to do. Boredom's a really easy one, so you don't even have to ask that question with boredom. But with boredom, you can just go into the feeling of I'm okay with me, I'm okay with my breath, I'm okay with this moment, and that's a really good thing to do. But for every emotion, ask, how am I being greedy? And the second thing I've done that I've found is a really awesome question to ask yourself is just ask yourself, what do I want? And indulge yourself, like answer this with everything that you want, okay? And what this does is makes you realize how ridiculous our expectations are, okay? So you might say, oh, I want a good job, I want to be healthy, but once you keep going, that's good, but keep going, and you'll find, I want it to be sunny every day, or I want my spouse to have a six-pack abs, and you'll start to laugh at yourself. It's ridiculous, the things we want from life. So that's all I have for you today. Just realize that we're greedy people. That's part of being human. And that's okay. That doesn't make you a bad person. That makes you human. And I think that's one of the reasons we get so angry when we see corporations and really rich people being greedy. We all hate greed, and that's because it's something that we need to look at in ourselves. It's the root of our unhappiness. So that's what I have for you today. Let me know how you do with this. If you try this in your life, let me know how it goes for you. What sort of situations are you being greedy in? Thanks for watching. Bye.